A few months ago, I was in complete shock at the price of watermelon that I decided to grow my own. Got some seeds, planted it into this no-till garden bed that you all saw me set up. It's one of the first plants that I put inside here, and this was the result. It's not 100%, and let's talk about what happened with this watermelon. Hello everyone, thank you all so very much for joining in. This is Aloha Trinidad Gardeners channel, and I'm so happy that you made it for this video because this is an opportunity for me to just show you all that it's not always perfect sunshine and just roses in the Trinidad Gardeners garden. That we do have failures, and very often we do have failures, and that's part of gardening. And one of the things when I talk to people about why they don't garden, they will often say that they tried something like years ago, it didn't work out, and that was it. They just knew that they had a black thumb, and that's why they don't garden, because they don't want to waste their time doing stuff. And to be honest, that's not really the kind of mindset that's going to get you to having good crops and being a gardener that can get food from your garden. That really is, it's not the goal to just be perfect in every single way. Most master gardeners, people that can garden on a commercial level, they'll tell you that they have had more failures than successes much of the time. And it's not a reason to stop gardening, it's a reason to learn. Every experience is a learning experience. And today we're going to be talking about my learning experience with watermelon. This is not the first time that I tried to grow watermelon in this garden, but very often with watermelon, I just never really have the space for it. So I never really prioritize it, because it's just one of those things that you need space for watermelon, because the vines tend to go really far. And especially when you have a situation like mine, where you all know that the soil here isn't the best, like the best suited for growing really anything. So I decided, just let me just try again to grow watermelon, even though I have had failures with watermelon in the past. And this time I was actually really excited because I saw the vine doing fairly well. And then a few days, I saw the vine like producing flowers, and then from there I started to see some male flowers, female flowers, and the female flowers are like little tiny watermelon. I showed you all some of those in my update on a no-till garden, because behind me here is the second no-till garden that I did in this backyard here, and the watermelon was one of the first things that I planted into that no-till garden. So it's fresh soil, it's a fresh situation. I'm just so happy, so excited. The vine is growing. So fruit, there was one over there. It got probably like till 4 or 5 inches. That's the one that you all saw in my update on the no-till garden. That one just stopped growing and it turned yellow, and just wasn't a good situation. It fell off. And then I saw this one and I said, wow, this is it. This is it. We're going to get a big watermelon from the watermelon vine, and I'm going to be able to do a huge success video about watermelon, and it'll be a huge motivational story. And I hope this still is somewhat motivational, but it's not a huge motivational story. It's a bit of a fail. I don't know what exactly I'm going to get from this watermelon, if anything at all, but it was growing really well. It was growing well, right? Every day I felt like I saw it getting bigger and bigger. I think now it's probably like 3 pounds, probably, which is just not the what you expect from a watermelon like this, because I remember the watermelon that I ate and I got the seeds from to grow this vine that I had set, and that watermelon was at least 10 pounds. So a 3 pound watermelon isn't quite a success story, but I'm still happy that I did have something. We're going to cut into it soon enough, and we will see what ended up happening with it, besides the fact that it just didn't grow very, very big. Like, I felt like it could have grown a lot more had it not gotten sick. So what I mean by getting sick is that this watermelon here, it looks similar to what happens on tomatoes, like blossom end rot, which can be a result of lack of watering, or it could just be some kind of fungal issue, which I don't know why it would have happened, because we're in the dry season now, so fungus and whatnot is just not so terrible. At the same time, it could happen, and I probably just didn't have the expertise to deal with this watermelon the way that it was supposed to be dealt with, to make sure that the fruit was good. In any case, we're going to be cutting this watermelon open and seeing what happened with this watermelon, and just see what we end up getting, because hopefully we still get something we can salvage. Now, how you know a watermelon is ready, because you could think that why not leave it for a little bit longer, but a watermelon, similar to pumpkin, if you all remember my video on the tips, I'll put it up, about tips on not how to grow, but how to harvest pumpkin, how to know when your pumpkin is ready, is that there is a little squiggly vine over here that will turn dry. It'll turn brown and then dry, sometimes even almost falling off when the fruit is ready. So, well, to begin with, this entire vine died, so I can't just leave it out here like this. But secondly, this little squiggly vine has gone completely dry, and that way I know that this watermelon, whether it was truly ready to be harvested or not, it needs to be harvested now because there is no more life coming to the watermelon. That's one of the reasons why we look at that vine, because that vine is a sign of the life that's going to the watermelon. So if the vine is nice and green, that means that the watermelon is still getting nutrition and still growing. If the vine turns dry, that means the watermelon is ready. So if any of you have a watermelon at home, hopefully doing better than this one, and you don't know when to pick it or if to pick it, look at the vine. Look at this little squiggly little vine next to the watermelon, just where the node begins, where you see the stem of the watermelon. And if it is dry, it's ready to pick it, right? And if it's not, then leave it. But hopefully your watermelon doesn't get this black spot on it like mine did. Okay, so I've got my trusty nippers here. Just gonna come in. I'm not going too close to the end of the stem. There we go. There we go. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's see what we end up getting with this watermelon. So yeah, as I said, not the best, but you never know. You just never know. Okay. So already the way that it's cutting is the way that a watermelon that's not very good cuts, meaning that it doesn't crack apart. A good watermelon will crack apart, so definitely this watermelon was not ready, but as it wasn't doing so well, as it got the fungus or whatever the case is, it just stopped. Hey Lucy, she's here to see my fail. There we go. Oh, so this is what we have on the inside. To be honest, I feel like it could have looked a lot worse. We're going to do a taste test one time. I think Lucy might be interested. So you can see definitely this watermelon was not ready. You like the smell? It smells like a regular watermelon. Everything smells fine. It's just not ready. It just wasn't meant to be. Okay, let's do a taste test one time. Okay, so. Oh my god. Like, this, the title of this video is going to be a watermelon fail. But I didn't even know I should name it a watermelon fail because this tastes amazing. This is so sweet. My god. Why didn't it get bigger? That would have been amazing. But the smell, wow. And it's perfectly ripe. I mean, definitely could have filled in. Could have gotten bigger. But the quality is really good. So, was it quality over size? Okay, so the absolute test of if this watermelon is worth anything is if Lucy is in agreement. You know, let me get a bit redder piece for her. Okay, there you go. There we are. Lucy, come. 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 She'll take it and she took it. Watermelon is actually one of her favorite fruits. But I don't think as much as pineapple, but she loves it just the same. Okay, so we'll end the video right there. I got a bit carried away with the watermelon and with Lucy. So remember, if you want to see more content and even pictures of this coming out at the Trinidad Gardener's Garden, then feel free to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Remember, if you know anybody who would be interested in this kind of content, feel free to share the video with them. And remember, you can tag us on any of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Remember, as always, this has been Dylan from the Trinidad Gardener channel reminding you to get up and get great. Take care.